I have to take this. I absolutely have to 100% take this trade. Are you kidding me right now? Derek in the comments says we should call Nasir McLeod Nasty Nas, like Nas, the rapper's nickname. I love that. Nasty Nas. Nasir McLeod, you now have a nickname.
Nasty Nas in your area.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to your Quebec Nordiques expansion franchise mode. It's been 5-6 days, maybe even a week since the last upload, and oh my god, have I ever had a crazy week. Basically, I've been working like a dog non-stop, like 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. for the past week and a half, almost 2 weeks. It's been a grind. It's really busy at the company I work for, and I've also been doing some things behind the scenes. I ended up buying a new car, well, new to me. Ended up trading in my right-hand drive Subaru for a more practical Subaru. Still ended up with a turbo, kind of a sleeper, but I got myself a dad car, and I ended up growing a nasty mustache. So it's been a crazy couple weeks. I finally have a free afternoon, thank God, because I was about to drop dead, but I finally have a free afternoon. It's time to record some Quebec. I really hate getting out of my schedule. I usually, work, come home, hang out, record, edit, go to bed. It's kind of like a cycle I've had for the past 6 years of my life, and I kind of hate getting out of that cycle. So we're back. We're all ready to go. Mustache intact, dad car intact. We are all ready to go. Welcome back to your Quebec Nordiques franchise mode. Now, in the last episode, we got a good chunk of simulation done and surprisingly played ourselves into a playoff spot. We are third in the Atlantic. We have 55 points, tied with the Panthers. The Leafs are a little bit behind, but they're definitely not out of reach. 55 points. I mean, if that was in any other division, we would be just at maybe like the 4th spot. I mean, in the Metro, we would be tied with the Penguins. So luckily, our division isn't too stacked, which usually isn't the case. Usually the Atlantic is a tough division, but teams like Toronto and Montreal seem to be struggling this year, so that's where we come in. We are now in 3rd. We are in a playoff spot. Now, with that being said, you'd think the logical thing is, go for the playoff spot. Go towards the postseason. Once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. And I agree with you. But as a year 1 expansion team, getting the draft picks are extremely crucial. And especially when you have an aging player who has a ton of trade value. I got a comment here from Buddy Boy. He says, trade Ryan McDonough for Ryan Merkley. San Jose has him on the block. You could probably get more like Deline as well. San Jose is looking to win now, and Ryan McDonough would be a perfect addition for them. I agree with you. That's a trade I would like to make. You can see San Jose, once again, they're going for the Stanley Cup. Hopefully this is the year they can do it. Now they want to get rid of Ryan Merkley. He's a medium elite, young prospect, up and coming defenseman. We could have Nasty Nas and Ryan Merkley together. That could be pretty nice. Now, that might be a little bit much. Ryan McDonough, his trade value is a little bit higher than Ryan Merkley. I could probably get their 2nd and their 3rd. I could do that right now. San Jose would be over the cap, so we'd have to retain a little bit or take some cap back. I don't really want to retain because it's 6 years and we're going to have to retain close to $2 million. So I think, as opposed to getting the extra draft pick, is there any players that they want to get rid of that's making any money? It doesn't look like it. I don't want to take on a ton of cap. If there's a guy I can get, let's see here. So they've got Kevin LeBanc or Justin Braun, Xavier Ouellette. I think the only player that makes sense that for us to take on would be Justin Braun, 3 years at 2.2. I don't really want to take on that cap. What can I do here? Derek Grant, 1.3 million. If we take on Derek Grant and then I can basically eat 1.4 for 6 years, I don't really want to do that. Oh man, this trade might be a little bit more difficult than what we think. We had Buddy Boy last time in the comments. Now we got Tommy Boy. He says, I think you should move McDonough at the deadline for a first and a solid winger prospect. Maybe even a decent goaltending prospect or a starter. So that's kind of the route that I was looking for. However, I do really like Ryan Merkley. I think he's got a ton of potential. Having Nasty Nas and Ryan Merkley, I really do like that. But I'm not going to jump jump in the first thing I see. We're going to have a look around the league. Maybe there's another spot in the NHL better suited for Ryan McDonagh. Now, I want to mention one more comment here. Fun fact, Cedric Paire plays on a line with Alexis Lafreniere. He's currently leading the CHL in points. That's true. We ended up signing this guy. Where is he? Cedric Paire. He's way down here. I don't think he has basically any trade value. He's actually ripping up the QMJHL right now. He's got 44 points in 18 games, which is just ridiculous. Obviously, playing with Alexis Lafreniere definitely helps that out, but that's kind of cool. We got a nice young stud, even though his potential and his age is overall, I don't really think he's going to be anything special for us, but still kind of cool. Now, we also got a million comments trying to guess the points that, where is he here? Sami Niku is going to end up with. Lucas, he thinks he's going to get 3 goals and 7 assists, so he thinks he's going to light it up at the tail end of the year. We'll have to wait and see if he's right, but what I'm going to do is I'm not going to trade Ryan McDonagh right now. However, I know for a fact we could go to Carolina and get both of these picks right now. We can get 2 additional firsts for the 2020 draft. Now, that's obviously taking a chance on a player that might be good, where if we can go ahead and get Ryan Merkley right now, he's 2 years away. That's a bona fide stud on the back end. Or we could have 4 first-round picks for the 2020 draft. But what I've done is I've went ahead and I've pimped out the trade block. That means we should be getting a ton of offers. If you make your wants exact same as your needs, I ended up putting Hornquist and Ryan McDonagh on the trade block, but if you make these identical, you're going to get a surplus of trade offers. Basically every single day we're going to be getting a trade offer. So the trade deadline looks like it's March 1st, so it's going to be exactly 1 month away from our date with the New Jersey Devils. We are going to go ahead and slow sim this game against the Montreal Canadiens, because last time we played them, our first ever meeting, we got pumped 7-1. So the Battle of Quebec is definitely going to get spicy here, but a big revenge game in Quebec. We cannot let those guys walk all over us. Starting off this episode with a nice little slow sim game in front of our home fans. Ryan McDonagh, your days are numbered here in Quebec. But let's go period number 1 against Brodeur and the New Jersey Devils, and Jack Hughes, he scores a big goal there. And then Adam Henrique scores for us, period number 2. Okay, they're slipping away here. Joey Anderson and Travis Zajac, shorthanded. You hate to give up a shorthanded goal. Blake Coleman makes it 4-1. Tanner Pearson, Canucks legend, scores on former Canucks legend Corey Schneider. Maybe we can sneak back into this one. There's lots of hockey left. 9 minutes on the clock. Time's running out, boys. We need to get one right now. Not Blake Coleman, second of the period. That was too much for us. They had, honestly, a solid 60 minutes. They shut us down, and we lose to the New Jersey Devils. Now, honestly, I just want to get this game done against the Montreal Canadiens, but hopefully we should be getting a decent amount of trade offers here. As I said, we're going to get a ton basically every day. We've only got 1, and it's John Moore for a 3rd, a 4th, and Cam Talbot. Now, John Moore is a roster player, so we would be losing out on a defenseman. He's actually a pretty decent defenseman. He has 7 points. He's a +5. I don't hate it. I like the 3rd. I like the 4th. I don't like Cam Talbot. We don't need another goalie, and honestly, John Moore is good for what he is. He doesn't make a ton of money. I'm happy with keeping John Moore right now. Sammy Blais and Zach Smith for a 1st and Ryan Kessler. So this is basically a cap dump. However, we have to give up a really young, promising center. I don't really like that at all. I would be more okay with giving you like Zach Smith and something else that's not on the level of Sammy Blais. Like, we're an expansion team. We can definitely take the cap. That's not a problem. I'm thinking more along the lines of like Richard Panik than Sammy Blais. Now, we could probably get this done with Zach Smith and Richard Panik. I'll take the cap. I don't mind that. It's only 2 more years. We have a ton of cap anyways, especially if we're going to be getting rid of Ryan McDonagh. Now, that does mean that's 2 giant holes on our roster. Kind of have to make a decision right now. With a record of 28, 23, and 3, do we want to make the playoffs just to get bounced in the first round? Honestly, not really. That does mean we have 2 roster spots wide open. Zach Smith and Richard Panik, they're 2 pieces of our team. Obviously, Richard Panik's actually playing pretty good. 36 points in 54 games definitely isn't bad. Obviously, Anaheim's not a great team this year. They have that first round pick, which I'm definitely interested in. However, I don't think they're going to accept this. This is basically the highest offer I'm about to give you. Are you going to accept it? And they do. Okay. All right. So we do get another first, and we had to give up. I mean, yes, that's a decent amount to give up, but let's actually have a look here. Hold on. Stop the simulation. Stop the car. Hold on. Devontae Smith-Pelly for a 4th and a 5th. No, thank you. Stop. Stop. No more simulation, please. So we got a first. Now, that first was from Anaheim, and if you look at Anaheim, I believe, where are they? What division are they in? They should be in the Pacific. They are 6th place with 55 points. 5 points out of last. Okay, all right, I like that. So they're definitely in, I mean, maybe not the lottery contention, but they're definitely in the top 10 at this point. Hopefully they can continue to tank. Now, since we got rid of 2 roster players, we had to change some things around. Ryan Kessler, dramatically, he's back. His career is back on track. Ryan Kessler, oh my God. All right, you know what? We'll play him right here. We'll play him with Nick Patan and Nicholas Camanio, who is a Dallas Stars pick, 21 years old, minor checker. That's fine. Mathew Perreault gets the call up to the second line. We could also put you there. I want to make sure it's going to give them all a +1. So I could change Grabner with Pearson. That gives them a +1. That gives that line a +1. Let's do that. Our first line's still struggling, but it's okay. We got a plan with this team. It's not going to be overnight, but we definitely have a plan in place here. Lindbaum is the only one that's scratched. We can send him down. So our NHL team now has Ryan Kessler on it. Imagine me, a Canucks fan, having Ryan Kessler on my team. You hate to see it. But I'll take the first. Thanks, Anaheim. We don't really have a better option to bring up for the 4th line, so we're going to leave that as is. There's really nothing else we could have done there. I'm happy with the first. That could be a very, very good first for us. Quick little checkup here on Nasty Nas. He's got 27 points in 53 games. Not terrible for a rookie on a not great team in Quebec City, but there he is. Is Andreas Borgman still ripping it up? He's got 42 points in 47 games. All right. So looking ahead at the 2020 draft class, we now have 3 first-round picks. If you remember, we made a deal with the Calgary Flames. If you remember, I think it was episode 2. We ended up trading away Eric Stahl. Now, he's over in Calgary. He's having a, I guess, pretty decent year for a 35-year-old, but we ended up getting their first-round pick. So with the addition of Anaheim's first-round pick, we now have 1, 2, and 3. Now, Calgary is 30, 22, and 2. They're more than likely a playoff team, but that Anaheim pick, that's what I really, really like. And if we continue to tank, which we are 5-5 in our last 10, as of right now, it looks like the decline is in full swing. But if you look at the upcoming draft class, this one is a special one. Gordy Yzerman, how you doing, buddy? If you remember him from our Detroit franchise mode, this was the first time I brought back a former player's son. Gordy Yzerman, obviously not a real guy, but a legend nonetheless. We have Henry Robertson, who is a big stud on the back end. He's really good. I think he's 85 out of the draft, so he's a monster. Now, Gordy Yzerman, you guys are going to be... You guys are going to be shocked when you see his overall. It is definitely OP. Alexis Lafreniere. Now we could go ahead and maybe get a nice winger for Conrad Stastny. Alexis Lafreniere. I think I boosted him up a little bit. I think he's 83 out of the draft, where Quinton Byfield is 82. Ended up making a Japanese guy to continue with the trend from our Saskatchewan franchise mode. Yasukazu, Kiyomi Yasukazu. He's pretty good out of the draft. I think he's 81 81. Quinton Byfield, I believe, is 82. He could be another good option for us. Ooh, he's ripping it up in Sudbury. 76 points in 41 games. Vasali, I have no idea who this guy is. Cole Perfetti, absolute legend. We got Alexander Holtz, Lucas Raymond. So, I mean, if that Anaheim pick pans out, we could be picking in the top 10. Right now, though, I got my eyes on, I mean, Gordy Yzerman would be fantastic, but hopefully Alexis Lafreniere or Yazoo Kazu, that could be kind of fun. But Alexis Lafreniere would be the perfect winger to put alongside of Conrad Stastny. I would really like that. It's really, our first line center is going to be set for the next 15-20 years. We don't really need one of these guys. Or we could go with Holtz or Lucas Raymond, or Tim Stutzel is also out there and he's nasty. But we can potentially get some better prospects or some more first round picks here if the trade offers keep flowing. Ryan McDonough is definitely in play. Like I said, we're 5-5 in our last 10. We got to move here. The Islanders get Rubtsov and a prospect for Casey Cizikas. He's going to Philly. Ooh, Jonathan Toews and Duncan Keith. Okay, let me get this straight, Chicago. You want to give me over $15 million in cap for the next 3 years for Nasty Nas, a young up-and-coming stud defenseman. Same thing with Adam Fox and a young potential starting goalie. You guys are off your rocker. I'm not even going to look at that trade. Give me a break. Let's see if Ryan Kessler can score his first as a member of the Quebec Nordiques. Period number 1, 0-0. Period number 2. Okay, 2-1. Jonas Donskoy gets the goal for them, but Conrad and Patrick Hornquist, they come through with us. They come through, the first liners scoring for Quebec, and Nathan McKinnon scores on the backup goalie, James Reimer. Obviously, this is going to be a big rivalry for Quebec here. The NHL decided we were no longer fit, and they sent us to Colorado, ended up winning Stanley Cups. Oh man, what a rivalry. And Nathan McKinnon, oh my god, there you go. He gets the dagger with a minute 24 left. I can't believe Chicago offered us Keith and Jonathan Toews for like 3 young studs. And even Kovalchuk, that's a terrible deal. I don't want to take on those 2 guys, no thank you. What's with all these GMs overvaluing their ancient players? Buffalo gets Chris Kreider and a 4th for a 2nd and a 4th, so interesting. Okay, he goes to Edmonton. Riley Smith goes to Anaheim and Matthias Janmark. That's a big move for, I guess, 2 pretty decent prospects. Never heard of them, but they must have some serious trade value. Oliver Shillington for Sammy Blais. This was an interesting trade. I'm gonna say no because I really like Sammy Blais. He's a Quebec boy. I want to hang on to him, so we're going to say no to that. Hopefully we get some. Oh my god, what? Okay, game, what are you? Oh god, I have to take this. I absolutely have to 100% take this trade. Are you kidding me right now? Oh, this game, why are you so bad? Why is the AI so dumb? I have to take this trade, guys. Oh my god. You're giving me Matt Barzal a 2nd and a... You're basically trading me McDonough for Mathew Barzal. Like... Oh god, I don't want to take this because this is an absolute cheese trade, like the cheesiest of cheese. Like, take the cheesiest pizza you've ever had and just dump 37 pounds of mozzarella on it, and that's not even enough cheese as to what this trade is. You're basically, oh my god, I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it. I know I'm going to have to do it. Okay, well, looks like we're moving Barzal to the wing. Okay, well, let me gather myself here. How did this become a thing? So we're basically going to be down a defenseman. We're going to have to make a trade or sign someone or do something, but Ryan McDonough and Adam Henrique for one of the best young up-and-coming studs in the National Hockey League. Yes, he's having a down year. We know that, all right? He's playing in Long Island. They're terrible. Even though they have a 90 overall goalie, I'm sorry. He should be a forward to help out Mathew Barzal, but the Islanders, They're quitting on him. They're saying, yeah, you're the future. Who else do they have down the middle? They have no one. They have Bavillier and Leo Komarov. Oh, I don't want to do this. I really don't. Oh, this is like taking candy from a baby. And the trade difficulty is on medium. It's not like I put it to easy either. I've kept it like the exact same as your franchise mode, as a standard franchise mode. I'm going to take away the third because that's just insane. This is the most insane trade I've ever seen. There's half of me that's like, hell yeah, we're getting Mathew Barzal. But then there's the other half of me that's like, this is the most unrealistic trade ever. But if you know a good old xTech franchise mode, you know I love my unrealistic trades. But seriously, how can I say no to this? Thank you very much. Oh my god. Well, this is surprising. I'm not even going to read that. Oh my god. Well, we got Mathew Barzal. We got another trade offer instantly before I can even stop the simulation, so I can't see Mathew Barzal's first game, nor can I even edit up the lines. I'm gonna say no to this, and it sims over the Philadelphia game. Thanks, game. This game's ridiculous. What the hell? Okay, so we got Mathew Barzal. What the hell just happened? Yes, that's right. Mathew Barzal is a member of the Quebec Nordiques, 91 overall Conrad Stastny, and Cam freaking Atkinson. We got Hornquist, Sammy Blais, Michael Grabner, Pearson Perreault, Smith Pelly, Nick Patan, Ryan Kessler, and Nicholas Camanio. On the defense, we have Adam Fox, John Moore, Larson McCabe, Sammy Niku, and Anton Lindholm. So yes, the defense sucks. I know this. It's not great. It's actually all in the green, which I like. But yeah, that's our team. We have Mathew Barzal. And the thing is, we're still technically in a playoff spot. So we have 3 first-round picks. How many second-round picks? 3? 4? I don't even know. And yes, the thing is with Mathew Barzal, look at his contract. He's making bank, but when you have basically no one who's making big boy money, except for, I guess, Ryan Kessler and Cam Atkinson, you can afford to pay Mathew Barzal that kind of money. Plus, if you look at Adam Henrique, he was making 4.8 for the next 4 years, and Ryan McDonough was making a boatload of money. Yeah, it probably would have made more sense to go get Ryan Merkley, but when the game offers you this, like, how am I ever going to say no to that? We have 3 first-round picks, 4 second-round picks, 2 thirds. It's going to be a busy draft for your Quebec Nordiques. We are looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, terrible AI NHL 20. You guys, you really outdid yourself this time. All right, so another big move from the Islanders here, and already I think I'm going to say no to this one. I actually really like Sammy Blais, and I think he's going to turn out to be a pretty good center for us, so I think I'm going to hang on to him. Ryan Pulock is okay. Yeah, I'm just going to say no to this. The Islanders, oh my god, what a franchise. Jesus, trading your franchise piece for Ryan McDonough. Give me a break. We ended up missing Mathew Barzal's first game because of the franchise mode not letting me stop the simulation. So here we go up against Winnipeg. Mathew Barzal making his home debut, and it's a 3-2 game. Okay, Grabner and Hornquist get goals for us, but then they get 3 straight. Nikolai Ehlers, Scott Wilson, and Patty Laine. Period number 2. Oh, hold on here. Who scored from center ice? Patrick Hornquist scored from center ice. Attaboy. Period number 2. Could be a wild one. It's a 6-4 game. 10 goals in the contest, and Mathew Barzal's got one of them. Andrew Kopp, Adam Lowry, Blake Wheeler, and Adam Larson, the guy who scored the first goal in the Quebec Nordiques franchise. All right, so 10 goals in the game. Are we going to see 11, 12, 13? Can we get one here? 8 minutes left. Come on, boys. Make it 6-5 and then pull the goalie. You can do it. You can do it. Okay. Lindholm, is that his first career NHL goal? Pull the goalie. Do something. Unfortunately, too little too late. A wild one in Quebec. 11 goals total. That was a crazy one. Another loss. Add that to the board. Carolina gets Tyson Barrie for 2 firsts. Okay, so this was very similar to the trade I was going to make with Carolina that I showed you guys earlier, where I was going to offer them Ryan McDonough for their 2 firsts. Oh, actually, that's a 2021 first. So I guess it's not really the same, but there you go. Carolina gets another stud defenseman to go along with that insane back end. And Anaheim gets Chris Tanev for a prospect and a fourth. Okay. Lots of moves around the NHL. Now the Montreal Canadiens are coming at us with an offer here. They want John Moore and Mathew Perreault for a medium starter prospect goalie. I don't hate that. This guy's name is Alexander Allen. He's a center, 22 years old, low top 9, probably not going to be anything. This guy definitely probably won't be anything, 59 overall. I'm going to say no to that. I like the goalie, but I'm going to say no to the rest. Another offer here. They really want Sammy Blais. You guys had Mathew Barzal. Like, what do you want Sammy Blais for? Last time we played Montreal, they beat us 7-1. It was not a pretty game. Let's see if we can get our revenge here. Add this to the all-time record between Montreal and Quebec. Period. Number 1. And it's 1-0. It's Patrick Hornquist, baby. Period. Number 2. Okay, 3-2. Max Lafleur, he gets 2. All right, the rivalry just begun. Lafleur and Stastny going back to back, and then Cam Atkinson gets the 3-2 goal. Going into the third, we have the 1-goal lead. Max Lafleur's got 2 on the night. He's looking for a hat trick. Is that the classic xTech jinx, or are we going to get another one and put this one to bed? Oh, there it is. There is the xTech jinx. That thing is definitely real. If you ever want to jinx something, just bring up the xTech jinx. We're going into overtime, baby. Let's go. Overtime in the poutine place. Max Lafleur versus Conrad Stastny. Let's go. Look at Conrad Stastny, number 2 in penalty minutes. What a goon. Here comes Adam Larson, fights off a check, he shoots, and Keith Kincaid. They started their backup. Oh man, the disrespect is real. Ooh, he's got the most hits in the league, Max Lafleur. Here comes Thomas Tatar. He stops up, finds Shea Weber with a bomb, but Conrad Stastny blocking shots. What an absolute beauty. Just eating shots from Shea Weber for dinner. Who does that? Here comes the newly acquired Mathew Barzal, gets absolutely wrecked by Jeff Petrie. Oh my god, but he gets up, he's got the puck, trying to cheese it there, trying to cheese it short side, but Brendan Gallagher has the puck, stripped by Patrick Hornquist. Here comes Hornquist, he finds Adam Fox. Fox doesn't have a lane, stops up, tries for Mathew Barzal. New number 14, back to Adam Fox. The commentary is real right now. Over to, oh my god, what a pass and what a shot. Adam Fox in overtime. What a goal, what a pass by Mathew Barzal. Holy, let's watch that one again. But moving the puck real nice over to Adam Fox, and he just wires that one. What a goal. Free poutine for everyone. What a shot. What a goal. The season series, the all-time record is now 1-1. Oh, by the way, newly acquired Mathew Barzal, 4 assists. You guys remember in Saskatchewan always thanking Chicago for letting us have Adam Boquist, who scored his first career goal the other night. I think we should start thanking the New York Islanders, because holy, Mathew Barzal with 4 apples on the night. Minnesota gets a first and a third for Jonas Brodin. That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good haul for Jonas Brodin, but thank you, New York. Thank you very much. That's 3 wins straight, and I think we're still in a playoff spot. Henrik Lundqvist has been traded. Oh my god, this AI in this game is so bad. This guy has been in the league for like 137 years, never won a Stanley Cup. Yep, let's send him to Ottawa. Genius. For Jordy Ben, Canucks legend, Chris Wagner, and Artem Anisimov. For Henrik Lundqvist to Ottawa? Why? Why do you do this? Why? Oh my god, look at the offers we're getting. Paul Stastny for Adam Larson and Jake McCabe. Okay, so I know the comments are going to be like, get Stastny, get Stastny, get Stastny. His contract is about to expire. There's a good chance he's going to hit free agency. With Vegas being the worst team in the league this year, I'm going to take my chances on acquiring Paul Stastny in free agency or at the draft. At the draft, he's going to have basically no trade value, so that's going to be easy. So I'm going to hold off right now, but we are going to revisit this because I would absolutely love to have a line of Stastny, and Mathew Barzal. So I'm going to say no to this right now, but it's not a forever thing. Now, looking at the Ottawa Senators, they're actually right on our tail with 63 points. But that's so dumb that you would send Henrik Lundqvist to the Ottawa Senators. Like, give me a break, game. Come on, you're better than that. I mean, the guy's having a terrible year. He's 18 and 26. Sorry, 19 and 26. He's now got one win in Ottawa. So maybe things are turning around, but the King is now in Ottawa. That's weird. Now, we're not out of a playoff spot yet. Like, there's still time here. We just lost that game against Columbus, but before that, there was some W's coming our way, and there's a loss against Edmonton. Holy, New York, chill with the trades. Chill. We're going to say no to that right now. I'm sure we'll get at least one more trade. Ottawa gets a first and a third for Mike Green and Corey Perry. What's up, Bones? He's streaming on Mixer. That's fun. I didn't know that. But they acquire Henrik Lundqvist and then trade away 2 roster players for draft picks. Oh boy, this AI though. I'm just going to say no. I don't want to trade away Sammy Blais. No, thank you. And there goes the trade deadline. That's it. It's over. Holy, what a mess. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a game against the New York Islanders, which kind of sucks because I would love to see the return of Mathew Barzal to Long Island, but we're just going to get a bunch of simulation done. We have 65 points. It's kind of a tight race between us and Ottawa. We're tied for points right now, and we're playing against Ottawa. Can we beat Henrik Lundqvist, and they get the extra point in overtime, and then we come back with a 6-0 win, then a 3-2 win. Up against Toronto, we lose 3-1. Up against the Hawks, we could have had Keith and Taze, but we get the big 2 points instead. I'll take 2 points as opposed to Keith and Taze any day of the week, especially at this stage. Kind of trading wins back and forth here, but this would be a good chance to have a look at the standing. We're 1 point behind Ottawa. Okay. Now, I want to look at 2 teams in particular. I want to look at the Ducks. They have 76 points, so they're actually not as bad as we thought, and the Flames are definitely a playoff team. So there's that. Maybe we won't have a top 10 pick. Maybe that Ducks pick is going to be a little bit better than we initially anticipated, but it's all good. Still a first round pick. I'll take it. At this point, I think I'd rather just make the playoffs, to be honest with you, because currently we are in a playoff spot, but I think I'd rather make the postseason because why not? Our first round pick's going to be shitty anyways. I'd rather make the postseason and maybe have a run. Maybe. Who knows? Pretty difficult for us to catch anyone here, but who knows? I mean, if we go on a bit of a tear here, let's see what we can do. Up against the Wings, they're a terrible record, and we lose 6-3. I think we can kiss the playoffs goodbye. That kind of sucks, honestly. I'd rather make the postseason and have a playoff run, but you know what? It is what it is. I kind of knew we weren't going to make the postseason, but here we go. Of course, we win our last couple games, but we are on the outside looking in, and the playoff match was already set before. Even at this Detroit game here, it was already set. I knew we weren't going to make it. All the wild card spots were already filled. So let's do a little bit of a season recap here, and then we're going to end off this video because in the next one, oh baby, we got ourselves a biggie. We got ourselves the draft. We got a lot going on here. So even at this point, like all three of these guys have clinched, so that means we were just too far out. The playoff dream died, unfortunately, but Tampa wins the Presidents. No surprise there. Carolina, Boston, New Jersey. Okay, there you go. There's all your playoff teams. Unfortunately, we are not one of them, along with the Anaheim Ducks, who actually picked it up a little bit. They had 89 points, just missed out on the postseason by 1 point. That sucks. So unless something crazy happens in the draft lottery, we should have a mid 15 to 20s pick. Maybe moving up would be an option, but here's how the boys did. Conrad Stastny, what a rookie year. 88 points, but the thing that jumps out at me here is 214 penalty minutes. Guy's a bit of a goon. 25 power play points. In addition to being a goon, he's also money on the power play. Cam Atkinson, 69 nice points. Love to see that. Matches his total from last year, although we did have 40 goals the year prior. Mathew Barzal struggled a little bit, but he was almost a point per game player since coming to our team, so he needed a change out of Long Island. Long Island loses all their young superstars. John Tavares, Mathew Barzal. I'll take it though. Thank you, Long Island. Get your thank you, Long Island comments going. Thank you very much. Almost a point per game. I can't really be mad at that. Patrick Hornquist had 60 points. I didn't expect that. Tanner Pearson and Sammy Blais both finished with 46. Michael Grabner with 38. Perreault, McCabe, Larson, Adam Fox had a pretty good rookie year with 26. Is he up to an 82 overall yet? No, still at an 81. Devontae Smith-Pelly, Nick Patan, Sami Niku ends up with 3 goals and 6 assists for 9 points. That means that Lucas was 1 point off. Let me do some searching in the comments and let's see who got it right. Surprisingly, out of a couple hundred comments, only 4 people got it right. No one had the goals and the assists right, but 4 people out of a couple hundred comments guessed 9 points. The product of Finland and the former Winnipeg Jet. The people who got it right were Nick, this guy, Simon, and Spencer. All these guys guessed 9 points. Ryan Kessler had 8 points in 28 games. There you go. Hopefully he retires and gets that giant cap hit off the books. And then there's how everyone else did. Looking at goalies, now it looks like, yeah, James Reimer played a lot actually. Our goalies were interesting this year because James Reimer played really well as a backup, but UC Saros put up starter numbers with 6 shutouts and 25 wins. I mean, I'm not super set that either one of these guys are going to be around for a long time. Hopefully UC Saros can grow and he can become a legitimate starting goalie, but those numbers aren't great. When I say starting numbers, I kind of just was hinting at the shutouts. 6 is definitely nice. But let's have a look at the Islanders just for fun. That poor goalie, Quinn Bossy. He's down to an 87. Oh no. This is the Rick DiPietro Long Island curse. It's worse than the xTech jinx. Oh no. But good thing they have 42-point defenseman Ryan McDonough and Adam Henrique as their first-line center. All right, so let's see some insane point totals here. Connor McDavid with 114. Brad Marchand, okay. And then Tyler Seguin. And then we got Eric Gretzky, the only created player, and it looks like the only defenseman to hit 100 points. I mean, he plays on the power play with Connor McDavid. 30 power play points, although he was a minus 12. So Phil Kessel there, 99 points. Kyle Correa, there's another created player. We got Alfredson. Look at Bergeron, 97 points. How you doing? Bo Alfredson with 96. Pasta with 94. The Chichu train, Cameron Chichu with 93. Sebastian Aho, Bruce Legwand, Leon Draisaitl, Vince Madano, Nathan McKinnon, Ward, Conrad Stastny. There he is. So he's up there with the elite of the elite. Paul Vincenzo, he's that stud that came out of the draft last year. Braden Point, Felix Pox, the smelliest guy around. Now, obviously, it looks like Gretzky's going to take home the Calder. However, Kyle Correa could push for it. I'm interested to see here about Agent C. Where did he end up? Chubby, how's it going, buddy? 40 goals, 85 points. And then Agent C had 42 goals and 84 points. Oh, I see why Henrik Lundqvist went to Ottawa. Chubbs plays there. Duh. I am forgetting about the goalies because these guys could push for the Calder Trophy as well. Cooper Nash, Nick Doan, Jake Aginla, Thatcher Demko, how's it going? Alexander Hasek, he's up to a 91. He's not regressing like Quinn Bossy, the poor guy in Long Island. You just hate to see it. You honestly just absolutely hate to see it. So what a regular YouTuber clickbaity guy would do is stop the video right now and make you guys wait until the next episode to get the draft lottery results, all that stuff. Not here, not today. We're going to see who wins the cup, where we pick in the draft, because maybe we do miraculously win the draft lottery, move up from 14 to 1. Maybe it'll happen. There's a snowy chance in hell it will happen, but just for fun, let's have a look. And for the second time in their franchise's history, the Carolina Hurricanes are Stanley Cup champions. More importantly, Tyson Barrie is a Stanley Cup champion. There you go. Congratulations, Carolina. All right, so unfortunately, we don't move up in the draft lottery. Womp, womp, womp. Minnesota and St. Louis win the draft lottery. Okay. Detroit falls from 1 to 4. That sucks. The Islanders move up. Honestly, they need it. We pick 12th, it looks like. Yikes. Okay, but it's not all bad. It's not all bad, ladies and gentlemen. We still have a bunch of first round picks, so I'm not that worried about it. We can always trade up. Now let's have a look at the retired players. Did Ryan Kessler call it quits? Please, for God's sakes, call it quits. He doesn't. He's going to stick around for another year. All right, so Gabrick, Chara, Kunitz, Jussi Jokinen, Zetterberg, Hossa, all those guys. Justin Pogge, there you go, Leafs legend. All right, so what an episode. Holy craps. Here's a better look at your top players. Gordy Yzerman is high franchise. He is an absolute machine. 110 points in 68 games. It's not terrible. Alexis Lafreniere, unfortunately, he's a little bit out of our pick range. We're going to be somewhere around here, which isn't fantastic, but I mean, it is what it is. Now with the addition of Mathew Barzal, that kind of changes things up. Depending on where we pick, maybe a forward, maybe a defenseman. We'll have to wait and see, but unfortunately, we don't win the draft lottery. Let's see what good tendies are out there. So there's one in the first round. Now this is actually a real life player. He's actually scouted to go in the next NHL draft, which would be this draft. He's a goalie out of Russia, and he's ripping it up. He's a rookie in the KHL, I believe, and he is unreal. He's kind of scouted to be like the next Vasilevsky, the next, Evgeny Nabokov. He's supposed to be the next big thing out of Russia. So I would love to get this guy. Absolutely love to get him. And it's not like I'm cheesing the system really either. He's not a created goalie. He's an actual player. I actually had to put him in the game though, but I would love to get this guy. He's medium elite out of the draft. That's someone that I definitely want to pin. I would love to pick him up with one of our first round picks. We do have a few other picks as well, so we will go ahead and check that out once the draft comes in the next episode. Having a look at the awards real quick. The Carolina Hurricanes win the Stanley Cup, and they had to beat the Winnipeg Jets. Imagine Winnipeg and Carolina in the Stanley Cup final. I bet the ratings were just through the roof for that one. Art Ross goes to Connor McDavid for the third time in his young career. The Hart goes to Connor McDavid for the second. Eric Gretzky wins the Norris. Okay. Lady Byng goes to Connor McDavid. Edmonton just takes home all the hardware. Calder Trophy goes to Eric Gretzky. So again, Edmonton. Sebastian Aho wins the Conn Smythe. Love to see it. Vasilevsky wins the Vezina for the second time. Vasilevsky wins the William M. Jennings. He shares that with James Avagetti. And then Brendan Dillon wins the Bill Masterton. Jack Adams goes to Mr. Allison. Ryan O'Reilly wins the Frank J. Selke. Ted Lindsay goes to McDavid. Alfredson wins the Rocket. How many goals did he have? Did I skip over that? Did he have like 60 goals or something? Did I miss that? How many goals did that guy have? I know he was up there for points, but I didn't remember him having a ton of goals. Oh, he had 56, so there you go. He wins the Rocket. Thank you so much for watching. Mathew Barzal, welcome to the team. You love to see it. What should we do in the draft? I think we should definitely go for that goalie, and then all the other picks will kind of just be gravy. But that's my thoughts. I really want to pick that Russian goalie. He's going to be a future stud for this team. We got Barzal. We got Nasty Nas. He is up to a 72. I'm happy about that. Nasty Nas is well on his way to the National Hockey League. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the draft.